second. Dewey, how are you doing, my friend? Can you hear me?
Hello, Todd. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
We are busy. So you told me you were out on your combine and you found some time to speak with us. Thank you very much.
That's a pleasure. Yeah, I was so busy the last couple of months. It's extremely difficult time in South Africa for us. We had too much rain for our harvesting season. So we are in a bit of a predicament. So it's 12 hours a day, every day for the last few weeks. But we are trying our utmost best.
And how are your crops looking? Are you going to be able to get them off the field, or what do you think?
There's a lot of damage
Yeah.
that is bad, especially on the soybeans. A lot of
Hmm.
them should have been harvested about 8 weeks ago, so there's
Hmm.
really a lot of damage. But at least it's a good yield, so
Hmm.
it's going to compensate for that. But unfortunately, a good yield is now an average yield because of all the damage.
Got you. Understand. What's going on in South Africa? We had you on a couple months ago. We talked about the campaign against the Boers from the government, the discriminatory policies, your efforts to stay in South Africa. We had some refugees come into the U.S. last week, approximately 60, I believe. What's the feeling in your community on the ground there?
So I have to be honest with you. I thought that every all the dust that was in the air is going to be settled by now. But
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong about it,
Mm-hmm.
especially after the 59 South Africans traveled or immigrated to the United States of America. The
Mm-hmm.
world was turned upside down here in South Africa, especially. So we have the liberals, which are very, very angry about the fact that white people, white Afrikaners, can actually be discriminated against. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think therefore that could even happen. Um, they tried their utmost best to paint us as the oppressor, as the people that are actually rich in South Africa. But now they sit with egg on their face and they
Mm-hmm.
are trying their utmost best and to discredit us. They are saying, yeah, this is a lie. We are actually still oppressors. We are rich. The people that President Trump gave refugee status isn't refugees. It's all a big lie. And it's the same in South Africa. You have the conservatives or the right minded individuals, and you have the liberals. So I have to say, there's a big cliff between us at this moment, just as the same
Mm-hmm.
is as in the United States.
So you're saying an internal, I guess, not conflict or lack of a better word, between some of the white population? Is that what you're saying, or is it
Oh,
between?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
interesting.
definitely. So at Nampo Harvest, it's an agricultural show. I think it's the biggest in the southern hemisphere that happened last week, and
Hmm.
at it's an agricultural show. So a lot of politicians, for the first time ever, showed up at Nampo, and they are saying, "Yeah, we are with the farmers," and you have this liberal farmers at Nampo, like Agri SA, they say they represent us. But they do not. They represent a few liberals, and they are saying everything is fine in South Africa. Cyril Ramaphosa visited Nampo. He called the refugees cowards. And you also have John Steenhuisen from the Liberal Democratic Alliance, who's currently
Hmm.
together with the ANC Minister of Agriculture. And he also um, launched an attack on the refugees. And he also is a staunch liberal and very much against President Trump.
Interesting. So, what about the government itself? Are they still attacking the white population with the same veracity? Or are they still is the discrimination getting worse, better, staying the same? What are you seeing?
So the rhetoric from the state is quite the same, but something very interesting, and a lot of people actually took this as evidence that farm murders is actually orchestrated behind the scenes and is being planned higher up, is the fact that after all the publicity after President Trump and Elon Musk and the international community took notice of what's happening in South Africa, farm murders went down. Actually, I think there's 2 months, and it was somewhere, I think it was February, March, I'm not sure, or January. There was just like one farm murder in 2 months, 1 or 2, I'm not sure. And
Yeah.
it went down dramatically, and
Mhm.
farmers weren't targeted as much. So that is very interesting.
Yeah, very. So you would like that to continue, the spotlight from President Trump, I would assume.
Yes, yes, that's very
Mhm.
good. And I don't
Mhm.
know what's going to happen this Wednesday, because Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, is visiting President Trump. And
Mhm.
like, so Cyril is well known for the fact how good he can lie and how good
Mhm.
of a negotiator he is. He
Mhm.
actually is one of the best. He was the one that negotiated with the apartheid government to get the ANC into power. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen there. Is President Trump going to see right through him, or is President Trump going to be, yeah, what's going to happen? I don't know.
Yeah, interesting. Um, what about the Christian community? How is that community holding up in South Africa under all of this?
So I think that the true believers,
We recommend you take this moment to do what we're about to do, which is enjoy an Alp.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mhm.
are those that are conservative in their mindset,
Mhm.
and they are really much like me, the same
Mhm.
belief system.
Mhm.
And we are seeing what's happening in South Africa. We are actually experiencing it. Some of
Mhm.
us that are more conservative and very spiritual will tell you that this is what is happening in South Africa is a tragedy, and it is really very bad.
Mhm.
Even if it doesn't affect you as much, because a
Mhm.
lot of South Africans, you have to realize, especially if they have money, they can stay in suburbs that's well protected and very safe complexes,
Yeah.
security
Yeah.
complexes. So they're quite shielded. But even they will tell you what's happening in South Africa to the white community and to the Afrikaners is unacceptable, and it is borderline genocide. The early
Mhm.
stages of genocide, that is for sure.
Yeah. Tui, is there anything else you want the people around the world to know about what's happening in your country?
So, one of the main things, you can't believe everything that's being said out there, because there's a lot of politicians, liberals, people from all over the world that are saying South Africa is a safe place. It's a lovely country, and it is white. The white minority still owns 70% of the land, or 80% of the land, 70% of the economy. Everything is fine, and that isn't the truth.
Mhm.
They are nitpicking facts. They are making facts up, because the reality is that white South Africans only own about 20% of the total land mass of South Africa. And that is per government, a census that was done by the government, by the ANC
Right.
government.
Right.
But but you see, they are telling these lies, and they're trying to discredit us. And I don't know why. What will white liberal gain by going out and tell the world everything is a lie, everything is fine and safe in South Africa? It is white people that is actually the oppressors, and currently, and
Yeah.
they are being discriminate. They discriminate against black people, which isn't the truth. Everybody is suffering under crime. Everybody's affected. That is true,
Mhm,
black
mhm.
and white. But we as a white community are the only community in the world currently which our leaders and politicians are actually saying it's fine that whites are being targeted because
Mhm.
they deserve it somehow. So both of us are affected, but we are being targeted by our leaders.
Last question, Elon Musk. Is there been any communication with your community with him, or is this just kind of a hope that he gets more of Trump's attention?
So a lot of some guys that I know, have close ties to him.
Mhm,
Um, he follows them, for example, on Twitter.
mhm,
Read read their posts. He
mhm,
even watched myself and a few of my friends' videos, and
mhm,
he liked it. He
mhm,
reposted even some of them.
mm.
So obviously he's aware of what's happening in South Africa. I think especially his father, even though their relationship is quite strained, I
Yeah,
believe they talk. So yes, he's well aware of what's happening in South Africa, and I think he have first-hand experience since he is also from South Africa, even though he left many years ago.
yeah, yeah. Tui, thank you very much. Good luck with your crop, and we'll talk to you down the road. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tots. Thanks for having me, and thanks for caring about what's happening in South Africa. And good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.